What is going on, guys? Jason Burke here, Styles Clash for Life, coming at you on YouTube, and today I've got some football focus. By the time you're seeing this, the Steelers draft will be long gone and over. Everyone will have been drafted by now, but I'm just catching up. I was on a film set Saturday, so I went to bed early on Friday night, had to get the ESPN alerts, woke up, saw some of the draft guys on Saturday, did the shoot, back now, heading off to another film shoot in a few hours here, but I just want to catch you guys up, so slowly I'll be leaking out the rest of kind of my thoughts on these picks, what the players are, where the value is, how they fit in the system, what it means for the team, and today I want to do the third round. I already covered Max Iachinar in the first round and Jeremy Bernard in the second round, so go back on my channel and watch those videos. They are the last two posted if you want my thoughts on Max and Bernard. Round 3, Pittsburgh had 3 picks. They stuck into 2 of their spots and traded up for another one. So they got 3 guys here in the third round, and I want to talk about it. Now, obviously, long story short, we kind of reached in the first round and panicked after not getting our wide receiver. Came back, traded up a few spots for good value, and got a good wide receiver in the second round. So far, things have kind of been upside down, backwards, and a little bit off in our draft so far in Pittsburgh. But let's see how round 3 shook out. First player, pick number 76, Drew Allar, quarterback out of Penn State. Let's get right into it. Drew Allar is one of those guys that gets compared because of his physicality to a guy like Josh Allen, but he does not have the intangibles. So to me, Drew Allar is a guy that I'm not a fan of this pick. I'm gonna give this pick like a C to a C minus just because the positional need makes sense. Pittsburgh was going to draft a quarterback in this draft to join Will Howard for the future and see what we can develop with our offense and our new coach in McCarthy, who's a quarterback whisperer, supposedly. So we'll see what he can do with Allar. And if Allar can develop, he's got the physicality. He's got the tangibles. He's 6'5", 235 pounds with really big hands and a strong overall frame. And he's got a very strong arm. So the guy's got the build. He can move around a little bit. He can finish runs because he's strong. He can take some hits and get out of sacks. He's got a cannon for an arm when it comes to a deep ball. So he's got the measurables and the tangibles there. But in terms of his play on the field, I am very unimpressed with this. Now, I don't want to sit here and quibble about like bad grades because they didn't take my guy, or I don't want to think that I know more than they do. But Garrett Nussmeier was my guy in this draft for this round. I would have taken Nussmeier at 99. At the time, and Nussmeier didn't go till the 7th round, so maybe I'm wrong about an injury concern or something, but Nussmeier went in the 7th, and he could easily have been our pick here at 99. Instead, you take your first third-round pick, you go 76 here, and you take Drew Allar when only 2 quarterbacks were even taken in this round. Nobody else was touched after this for quite a while, and no quarterbacks have gone off the board beside the 2 in the first round. There were very few quarterbacks taken up to this point, which shows you the value of these quarterbacks in this draft. So it's a bad value pick to begin with. It's too early for any quarterback, let alone Allar. And in spite of those tangibles that he has, in 4 years at Penn State, 3 of which he was the main starter, he was 633 out of 1,002. Which is a 63.2 yards per completion, 63.2 completion percentage, 61 touchdowns, 13 picks. Those stats don't sound that bad until you realize that his footwork is really off. He seems really choppy in the pocket. He doesn't have great footwork. His decision-making is very poor, and he's played really bad in big games. Big moments and big competition against high-level teams, he's played very badly. So the accuracy is not there. The decision-making is not there. The footwork is not there. The consistency is not there. So he's got a chance to be something, but this value for this player and this much he needs to work on, I don't like the pick. Position I'm fine with. It's still a reach, but the quarterback I don't like. So I'm not a fan there, but he's got the potential. We'll see what the quarterback whisperer can do. Also in round 3, pick number 85, Pittsburgh took Dalen Everette, the cornerback out of Georgia. I thought Everette was one of the more underrated corners in this draft. This seems a little bit high value-wise for him too, though. I think he could have gone with a later pick, maybe for the 4th round pick. I thought he was kind of a late 3rd to early 4th round guy, so 99 or the pick in the 100s for us, I think could have been a more appropriate value for him. But hey, I don't hate the player by any means. In 4 years at Georgia, he had 150 total tackles, 5 interceptions, 5 tackles for a loss, 2 fumble recoveries, and 19 pass deflections. So the guy is productive at a very good school against high competition. And the thing we like about him is he's a big guy. He's not enormous, but he's a big guy, and he's very fast and very physical. He tested off the charts. He's 6'1" to begin with, and he ran a 4.38 40. So one of the faster 40 times for a corner in this draft. Guy is very fast, and at 6'1", he's got some good length, and he's a press slot corner. So the guy, I guess he could play outside at 6'1", being a press guy, but he's more of a slot and a nickel. I think he played there like the Senior Bowls and stuff like that. So the guy playing in the slot fills a good need for us as like a backup slot, or can move around and play. And versatility, and he's a guy that is a good man corner. He needs some work in zone. He needs some work with consistency, but I think overall for a guy with that physicality and those measurables to be as big as you are, as physical as you are, and as fast as you are, can make you a good tackler in the run game, can make you a good guy to move around the formations and be a good press corner. So I like what the guy can do. I think he fits our system well. Maybe a little bit high as a pick, but I like the player and I like his development and growth possibilities. Everette is a guy I'm a fan of. So I'm going to give this pick a B-, and only as low because of the range. Now we traded up from 99 to 96, just like we did in the second round. Pittsburgh goes up 3 spots. We trade Seattle our 99th pick and the 216th pick to get pick 96. So Pittsburgh moves up, and they only give away a 6th round pick to go get Jennings Dunker, the offensive guard out of Iowa, and he played mostly tackle in school, but his measurables test like a guard. He's definitely going to be a guard. Our team already said he's going to be a guard. He played guard at the Senior Bowl and stuff, and the dude is just the most Pittsburgh pick you could possibly think of. I mean, this guy not only is huge as a lineman at 6'5" and 320 pounds, but he's a back home country guy. He talked about like hay baling and slinging hay on a farm. He's got a mullet. He's got like a fun attitude and personality. He's such a Steelers throwback 70s offensive lineman. He fits the system so well. I really like this, and this is a guy that I think we got later than I expected. I would have said you go get him with the first pick in the 3rd round. I thought of him as like a late 2nd to early 3rd round guy. So to get him here at the end of the 3rd at 96 is a really good value pick. He was all Big Ten in 2024 and 2025. Solid 4-year starter at Iowa. Last year had 667 snaps, only gave up 2 sacks and 1 hit overall. He had on PFF like a 77-point-something run grade and a 79-something pass grade. I'm sorry, flip that. 77 pass grade, 79 run grade, something like that. Graded overall in the 80 percentile on PFF. He's a slightly better run blocker than pass blocker, but he does both well. He's consistent in both ends of the game. If he has to wind up playing tackle as a swing guy or something to fill in for somebody, he's got that experience, but his measurables are at guard. That's the hole we need. I don't know if he's going to start day one, but I don't think he's as big of a project as some others say that he is. I think he's really good in both phases of the game, but especially in run blocking. And he run blocked at Iowa for Caleb Johnson, our rookie from last year, who needs some familiarity and some help to develop this year. So that could help him as well. I think he's going to be good in the run game and solid in the pass game. And I like the value for Dunker here. If you would have told me that we got Dunker in the 2nd round and wind up getting Iachinor in the 3rd, I would have said perfect. If you go Bernard, then Dunker, then Iachinor, you've got like an A draft. But to get Iachinor so early as a project guy, and then get Bernard, and then get Dunker super late in the 3rd, just like flips everything on its head. Pittsburgh has had a strange backwards draft. The value for these guys is all over the place. We're getting some guys later that should have gone earlier. We're getting some guys way too early that should have gone later or not at all. It's been a crazy draft. This, though, is my favorite pick in the 3rd round for us. I'm going to give this one an A-. I think it's good value, a good fit, and a great Pittsburgh guy that we need to fill a hole at guard. So there you go, Drew Allar, Dalen Everette, and Jennings Dunker to add to Max Iachinor and Jeremy Bernard. What do you think so far? What do you think of the overall first 3 rounds? What do you think of these 3 picks in round 3? Overall, big fan of Dunker. I like Everette, but a little high value, and Allar's not my guy. But tell me in the comments below what you think of these 3 picks. Would you have taken somebody different, and how do you grade the ones they did take here? And I will come back and bring you guys, my next video probably is going to be rounds 4 through 7, so I will cover all the remaining draft picks, and then I'll also do a video on Pittsburgh's, some of the guys they missed out on, and some of the undrafted free agents that we did and didn't sign as well. So 4 through 7, and then undrafted free agents I'll bring you guys. Tell me in the comments, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys probably tomorrow with the next video. Go Steelers. I'm tired.